Are you?
Yeah, I'm not here next week. What are you gonna do, Carl? Are you gonna do the best of or something next week, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what we've got to sort out.
Well, I can't sort it out. I've got to go to the airport afterwards.
Straight after the show you've got to do some links.
No, I'm not doing any links. I said I wouldn't, so...
That's what we planned.
No, we didn't. I said I'd do some during the show, and then you
I thought you were joking.
I honestly can't do it today, so we do some during the show. What are you gonna do? Just put the shows that we've done this year?
Sorry guys, I hate to interrupt. This is the sort of stuff we should have been discussing when you were playing football.
I know. Play what are you gonna play?
Let's have a bit of Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Let's just discuss this off there.
Okay. Foo Fighters there, learning to fly. Steve, I hope the pilot that I get today flying the plane that I'm going on holiday in has already learned to fly.
Oh, well done. That is dynamite. That's a textbook link.
Yeah.
That's genius. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Where are you going? What's the story?
Yeah.
Where are you off to?
Sorrento.
Where's that?
Sort of South Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
What are you like on holiday? Are you a nightmare? Are you the like? Because you're quite. But you're quite. I mean, obviously, you know, I've often said on the radio before that I'm spending any length of time with you is one of the most unbearable things I've ever had to do. I mean, spending a week with you is nightmarish, and sharing any kind of accommodation is, do you know what I mean? No, seriously, I mean, it's like hell. It's like a living hell. It's like having a teenager.
No, just
it's like having a sort of teenage kid who can't be entertained by anything.
Just chill out.
Just chill out, dude. Just max relax.
Yeah, max relax.
Yeah, sure. And do you? And so, if you're in somewhere like Italy, like somewhere like that, because obviously a very beautiful city and very cultured and stuff. Is that something that you enjoy? Do you enjoy the culture of that, the beautiful architecture? Let's say.
A hotel's the same anywhere. As long as there's room service and a nice room and pool, it's nice weather.
Sure.
If it's not, I'm annoyed. And I need to blame someone.
And is it true that you go? Because you go to Italy most years, don't you? Is that because that's the only food you like?
I like pasta and pizza.
Yeah.
And I've been to other places. I went to France once, and you can't explain to them to cook it just cook it properly. I don't want any to cook it. There's blood in the middle of that.
Yeah, sure.
Hungary, it was just, I went there for a while and I couldn't identify the animals they were killing for me.
Yeah.
So, and I know quite a lot about natural history.
Sure.
And I couldn't identify what was on the plate, so I don't...
Came on early, did you, after a couple of days?
No, I just got annoyed and I went to McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about McDonald's, is they are in most major cities.
No, but you can't go wrong with pasta and pizza.
So I was with you on holiday and we were hanging out or whatever. Yeah. And I took you to say maybe a beautiful cathedral. Is that something you'd enjoy? I can't quite imagine you actually taking the time to...
Well, as long as it's not a very long walk, we don't have to stay there more than a couple of minutes. I'd love to look around places.
Right, so you'd look at the cathedral.
Yeah.
That's taken, that takes people's breath away. People travel from around the world to see that. And how long would you stay?
Travel around the world to see it. I think they go somewhere and they go, well, we might as well look at the cathedral. You can't miss it. They're huge.
Yeah. would you sort of spend any time looking at that? Would you just sort of soak in the atmosphere for a moment, or would you?
I'd look at it and I'd go, that's brilliant. And then if there was any sort of soaking in, I can do that later when there's nothing to look at.
Right. What
there's less to do.
Your memory of it later when you're in the bar.
Yeah. Yeah,
sure,
you can sort of,
and would you, so can you be kind of in awe of something like that?
Yeah, if it's big, okay. If I go in the cathedral and it's, I've seen bigger, I go, oh, I've seen bigger. If it's the biggest I've seen, I go, that is huge.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That lets you off.
Yeah.
Sure, because you're a sort of man who gets bored, and this is true, Carl, you may not be the fluent in this. Ricky Gervais is a man who gets bored drinking a glass of water.
It's boring.
Because it's not flavoursome enough.
No, it's not got enough flavour. It's absolute... the only thing, Jane's got me onto fizzy water, which at least got something there, but I only drink that when I'm sort of dehydrated in the middle of the night. I never drink a drink of water.
No.
It is boring.
Yeah. But that's why you've always got headaches, and you're always
apparently
moaning and stuff.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons I hate you. But when I say hate you, I don't mean I hate you. I didn't mean to blurt it out that strongly. What I mean is, if I'm spending a lot of time with you.
Once, right, he said, well, we're in the BBC canteen, and I was sort of like, and he just put his knife forward, and I said, I'll never eat him with you again. I said, what's the matter? He said, you annoy me. I hate eating with you. It annoys me. It looks like a child food. It's just, you eat chips and sausage and rubbish. You don't eat, look at you don't touch your vegetables, you don't drink water. He said, he really got annoyed.
Because you've got this, like, this hatred of anything that's good for you. You won't eat any form of salad.
Why do I eat salad?
Because it's good for you and
lettuce is boring. Lettuce is absolutely boring. Cucumber are boring.
But the thing is, you see, I admit that lettuce and cucumber have not got much flavour, but that's why people will add, say, in Italy, they'll add a lovely dressing. Maybe some olive oil, maybe some balsamic vinegar.
Well, you embarrass yourself, because the good thing about a nice, mature lump of cheddar cheese is you don't have to have any dressing.
Although you add some anyway.
I put a little bit of olive oil in it and maybe some mayonnaise.
Maybe some Thousand Island dressing.
On a Ritz cracker, you don't need it, it's just extra.
Sure. Well, good luck. I noticed you're wearing is this your travelling gear? You got the sweatpants and the t-shirt, the free t-shirt.
Yeah.
Looking to get an upgrade, are you? Or?
I'm going first class, I'm sure. Badly drawn boy, spitting in the wind on XFM 104.9.
Are you going to be taking in any of the culture in Italy? Is that something you do?
Yeah.
The opera?
Don't know about the opera. I've never been to the opera. I do like a bit of opera. Yeah, I wouldn't sit through a whole one, but I mean, I like the songs they take from it for that World Cup one. And those two fat birds that they sung in Shawshank Redemption was good.
Yes.
But, I think, I haven't gone into it extensively. I haven't studied the art.
The art of opera.
Also, it's in foreign, so you don't really know what's happening.
It's in foreign.
Yeah. So you don't really.
That's annoying for you.
Yeah.
What about, are you a fan of any of the great English operas? Like, the Pirates of Penzance?
Yeah. Gilbert and Sullivan. To me, Gilbert and Sullivan were like their day equivalent of like Richard Stilgoe getting together with Tony Slattery. And then 100 years later people go, it's brilliant. It is like, they might as well, I don't know, make any episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right, yeah.
Into an opera, and in 200 years time we're going, that's genius.
Yeah.
Listen to this one, look, this is Party Quirks.
Yeah, Amdram Society, staging Worst Step. Because I was in the Pirates of Penzance once in an amateur production.
You used to like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I did, that was
although I did watch it when it first came on Channel 4 about 15, 20 years ago.
But we did the Pirates of Penzance when I was in an amateur dramatic society in Bristol, the Bristol Operatic Society, Light Operatic Society. I don't know why I was involved, because I can't sing. My audition, I thought, this is how desperate they were for blokes. I swear to God, right, I can't sing, you know.
Well, you?
Yeah, alright, calm down. And, I went in and they said, what are you gonna sing? I went, well, I want to surprise you. They said, do you want a piano accompaniment? I said, no, I don't think so. I went to the back, I swear to God, I went to the back of the room and I just sang, Thumbelina, Thumbelina, tiny little thing, Thumbelina dance, Thumbelina sing, Thumbelina, what's the difference if you're very small? 'Cause when your heart is full of love, you're 6 feet tall. I just did that. And they just looked at me like I was the weirdest freak they'd ever had. Immediately put me in the chorus, because that was how desperate they were for blokes. We staged it, we rehearsed it, I couldn't remember the lyrics.
Thank God you were doing Thumbelina.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't remember the lyrics.
What was it for? Was it Gilbert and Sullivan?
It was the Pirates of Penzance. There weren't enough blokes, right, so that we had to double up. So some of the pirates had to double up as the policemen who were chasing the pirates. A little bit problematic in the scene when the policemen and the pirates have a fight. That was a little bit tricky. And the worst things, there's this sequence where, like, the daughters of the Major General, oh, beautiful little girls are we, da la 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 la, and the women they must have all been over 40. I mean, real kind of toothless crones, creeping around in their 90s.
Is it the sort of women that buy one of those sort of porcelain dolls?
Exactly.
From the TV and go, look, I've had a baby. It's not a real baby. It is a real baby. I'm gonna stab you.
Yeah.
One of those.
Exactly. It's the sort of women that you'd see maybe on TV's Bargain Hunt. You know, the kind of contestants you get on there. Those women who sort of very Amdram and they think they've clung on to their looks, but they've never made it in the guy who was playing there's a guy who's supposed to be an 18-year-old prince, an 18-year-old pirate, the Pirate King. He must have been 40 years a day. He also directed the show though, so he got to prance around in these thigh-high boots. Ludicrous. It was so embarrassing. It was shameful, really.
I'd love to go to Amdram.
Amdram is a whole other world. It's such an incredible place. Because there's so much backbiting and envy and...
Really?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it's worse than the real world of theatre and TV. It's unbelievable. Because the same old people get to do it every year because they can hold a note.
Can we go along?
You would absolutely adore it, Gervais. It is
film it, a secret camera. Have you ever done in a play, Pilk?
We know this. Carl, you've performed,
just did the talent show, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, the talent show, yeah.
Remind us of the talent show.
That's when I did Walk Like an Egyptian, dressed up as a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And did me magic trick.
Oh, that's that. Is it an egg?
The egg one.
Yeah.
What was the egg one again?
When actually I've ruined it now saying the egg one, but I went on stage with like an hanky.
Yeah.
And I said, at this point I was dressed up as a caretaker in it.
Sure.
Don't know why, can't remember.
No.
I was stood there with this hanky over my hand.
Yeah.
I said, right, you're gonna love this one.
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna make a bird appear in front of your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh god, what's it gonna do? So I'm stood there.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
pulled the Yankee off,
It was an egg.
had an egg, and I said, oh, it hasn't been born yet.
That's brilliant.
They loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild for it, did they? Round of applause.
Yeah.
How old were you? Was that you were like 17?
Was that, apart from your paper round, was that the high point of your life so far? Is that what's the
No, I didn't really
Carl,
wanna do
I'd like
it.
to see you take that on the road. Or maybe at least up to the Edinburgh Festival next year.
We'll play a song now, right? One of my, great track, Watch That Man, off one of my favourite albums, A Love Insane by David Bowie. But, during that, can you think of a couple of things for me? What's the best thing that's ever happened to you? Can you think about that for 3 minutes? Me and Steve will leave you alone. Just the best thing that's ever happened to you, remember and think that is amazing. Yeah, can you do that? Watch That Man. David Bowie. Steve's caught unaware there, just wandering around, not quite ready, were you?
Well, no, I'm just relaxed, I'm just laid back, just hanging.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah.
Best thing that's ever happened to you? Best event, best day in your life?
I mean, there's loads of things that happen. Like,
Yeah.
no, but, do you know what I mean? You can go for obvious stuff like, meeting Suzanne, sticking with her and
Well,
having a nice holiday.
take that as read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got that on your desert island, that's already done.
Well,
And the day you got your qualifications through.
Yeah, the history.
probably, I mean, when you asked me then, the first thing that came into my mind, right, that was a real surprise, right, because it's like, you get surprises on your birthday and that, don't you? But they're not really surprises, because you're hassling your mum and dad for stuff, and then they might bite you. So it's not really a real surprise, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd say something that was really like, oh yeah, nice one, I've got something here, is the time when my dad said, empty the bin, will you? Right? I said, oh, do we have to? And I was watching something, it was like, why don't you, or something like that on the telly.
Is this what started your tea bag and banana skin collection?
Right, so it was like, in the summer holidays where you'd have dead good telly in the morning, you had like the Monkeys.
Yeah,
It was Why Don't You, Banana Splits and all that, right? And I was like, loving that, I was watching that. My dad said, empty the bin. I said, oh, the Monkeys are on in a minute. He said, just empty the bin. So I emptied it, and I just put it near the door. He said, don't leave it there. He said, stick it near the bins in the garden. I was like, oh, I'll put it there later. He said, no, do it now. Right? So I was like, oh, if I miss the beginning of this, I'll be livid, right? So I picked it up quick, ran out down to the bottom of the garden, slung it in the corner, and sort of went to turn back to go back in, and had to look again, because they had like a little AA truck. They bought me, it wasn't brand new, but he'd got it from somewhere, a little AA go-kart, do you know one of them, like, little things, I mean, I was young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was like,
a go-kart.
what kind of, the plastic ones,
Yeah.
when you're about, I don't know, I must have been like 5 or 6 or something.
So I don't quite follow, has
So
he
my
sent you
dad-
out there?
My dad sent me out with a bin bag so I could see,
So you
like,
could
what
see
he'd
the
got
thing.
me. And it wasn't my birthday or anything, he'd just got it from somewhere.
You sure you hadn't just nicked it and dumped it out the back?
Possibly.
Sure.
But, that was like a genuine, like, oh, yeah, smart.
Yeah.
So I went back in, watched the telly and
Yeah, you
that for a
didn't
bit and went back out.
You thought, sod that.
Did
went back out.
I tell you about my go-kart?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about your dad giving it away.
Yeah.
What's the story?
I think I've told you something,
Have you gone? Right, tell it again.
Well, have I told it on air? I can't remember, maybe I just told you it. When I was about 8 or 9, I had a go-kart and I loved it. It's one of those that you pressed back and forth.
Yes.
And I used to come in every day, used to just get changed, run out, and it was behind the shed, and I used to just go up and down the garden. And one day I came running in, and I ran out, and I couldn't see it. And I went to the back door, my mum was washing up, and I went, where's my go-kart? She went, your dad swapped it.
Your dad swapped it?
Yeah. It was his mate, Jimmy, in the pub. He went, it's just, I said, what? Oh. She went, yeah, he swapped it for a wheelbarrow. So I went and looked back, and there was this wheelbarrow, right, that was obviously just came off a building site, covered in concrete. I couldn't, it was steel, right, I could hardly move it. And I went back and I went, really? She went, yeah, it's your wheelbarrow.
See, I'm thinking my dad lost a wheelbarrow that day.
Yeah, and I used to push that up and down, it wasn't the same. And
You used to push the wheelbarrow up and down? Anything in there, or?
No, I was just like,
Empty,
I was just trying to sort of keep myself amused.
Yeah.
But anyway, that summer, I went on holiday, and I went to Bognor with my mum and my nan.
Another wild holiday.
Yeah, and I was sort of out by my caravan, and I made friends with this kid, and he'd hired a go-kart from the caravan, is that right? And I remember him going around there, and it was great. And I said, I've got a go-kart. and the caravan window opened, and my mum said, "Don't lie."
You've got a wheelbarrow. Be truthful.
I had a go-kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so tragic.
Yeah.
Did you ever really forgive him for that? I'd never forgiven my dad if he'd swapped a go-kart for a wheelbarrow.
I just thought that's part of the course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're in charge.
Sure. Did you used to rush home, change, and into that sort of gardener's gear? Yeah. Straight into your hard hat and dungarees.
I could, Mum, any bricks need moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, that's so tragic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still, that was your happiest day.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
That's the one that sprang into mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my unhappiest. You see how go-karts can be good or bad? Does that make you think, Carl? That the go-kart is, you know, is good and evil?
Yeah.
Play a record. I'm
some
upset. Huh?
So,
Oh, buddy, what ads have you got?
I've got these.
Electric Soft Parade. Same way every day on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
With him, Steve Merchant.
Sure.
Rick, I only had one thing I had to do all week. Okay.
was that?
I was so excited about getting up Friday morning, phoning, getting Bruce Springsteen tickets.
Yeah.
The Boss is playing in October. And basically got up too late.
Well, not sold out already, you just
Sold out, it had sold out, but I started calling about 12:30, it sold out. I trawled the net, I trawled, all the phone lines.
Some of those buys are bulk buys for selling on, aren't they? They're not all individuals.
This is the problem. I mean, I don't know how many people they can fit in Wembley Arena, but sold out by 12:30, and that's popular.
Wembley Arena?
Yeah.
It's about 12,000, isn't it?
I was so gutted. It was all I had to do. I was so looking forward to it. I phoned up one of those, like, quite dodgy ticket agencies. Do you know how much he was offering to, you know, they're 45 quid to buy. He said the starting price is 225 quid. I mean, that to me is like a ticket tout, like a legal ticket tout.
Are they allowed to do that?
I don't know, it's crazy. I was so angry.
They could make, they'd have to say their booking fee was £150.
Exactly. So but now I'm like desperate. I don't know what to do. I'm just wondering if I can abuse our position on the radio and just try and scrounge them from anyone who's listening. No, I mean anyone who's listening who's got the power to get them, you know, or...
This is begging, isn't it?
It's exactly what it is, Rick, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna try and dress it up, but it's just begging.
That ticket tout's after you as well, for dissing him.
Ricky.Gervais.
Don't bring me into it.
Shut up. Ricky.Gervais@xfm.co.uk. If there's anything you can do to get me a ticket, I'm willing to pay for it. Up to the price of 45 quid.
Yeah, wow.
No,
second hand.
Yeah,
30.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw your money around,
I'll give
Steve.
25 quid, come on. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
But that, I mean, do you know what I mean? Because I'm just, like, I asked Carl if he could sort it out. He's done nothing. He's achieved nothing.
I know.
So I'm just desperate. I'm in a desperate situation and I don't quite know what to do.
I'll tell you this though, Carl, don't bother doing favours for him because he's not grateful. You give him something and he goes, right, does this mean I have to give you something back? And I go, well no, and he goes, good.
Well, I got your Cure tickets and you did nothing
Yeah,
but
it was
whinge about
rubbish,
it.
that gig.
There you go.
It was rubbish. I went along to that gig. It was a balmy summer's night. The Cure, as far as I'm concerned, owe me a balmy summer's night because I wasted it. Hour and a half they played for. They played 4 hits. I don't want to hear their dirge from like some dodgy album from like 1984. I'm not interested. Play the hits. Boys Don't Cry. Love Cats. Blah 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 blah. Instead, I got nothing. I was so angry. I was just. Oh man, I was.
You were
so
probably angry at Carl, weren't you?
I was angry at Carl for wasting my time getting me the tickets for
Do you know
free.
what I mean,
If I
Carl?
paid for it,
Are you
I'd have been
getting to see
absolutely
what
livid.
sort of a bloke Steve Merchant is?
No, it's not the point. Do you not agree, though, if you're going to go and see a band like The Cure on a summer's night, Hyde Park, you do not want to hear some obscure B-sides and album tracks.
But that was a great thing about when I saw Bowie at the BBC. He played...
you what?
You know about that?
I don't know about this.
Yeah, you do.
What? When did you see Bowie?
At the Jonathan Ross recording.
Oh, what, you're sure of his friend Jonathan Ross?
Yeah.
What was this? Was that TV thing he did?
Yeah.
You went to that? You haven't told me about this?
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
But you were away, I think.
No, I wasn't. Because I watched it on TV.
It was amazing.
Well, don't tell me that.
It was incredible.
Were you seriously there?
Yeah. And then I went onto a show on the Saturday.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I was just around John said, oh, I need someone to come in, yeah. And I went onto the radio
So you were hanging out with Bowie?
Yeah.
Go on. Who else was there?
Well, the weird thing was...
Shall I go through my favourite artists and you just name them and see if they were there, just let me know.
No, but it was amazing, right? Because he played, just doing low, because it was the Meltdown thing, and he did, Be My Wife, which was great. Then he started doing Fame, Right, and they've been talking about Ziggy in the interview. He was going, "Oh, everyone goes on Ziggy. Will you just stop it?" Right, it was sort of like got to a point where he was going, "Oh," and it was really funny. And but Jonathan's like a favourite phase with that, right? And then he started playing Fame, and it was really good. And he just went, "Stop this, stop this. This isn't this. Let's do Ziggy." And my spine tingled. I was well done. And he did Ziggy Stardust, and I'll tell you what, it sounded like the album version. And it's got an amazing